Did anyone in your school years ever get expelled, like permanently removed from the school? Really?
Yes,
What'd they do
in high school?
One guy murdered his sister.
Okay, well, he wasn't expelled as much as he was incarcerated, right?
Yeah,
I guess. There was another one who was
semantics, really.
Like he would bounce from our school to juvie, and then eventually he wasn't welcome back in our school. He got expelled.
Okay.
I had a run-in with that guy. I've told the story before.
Was his name? He was a bad dude.
He wasn't that I told you before, he's the guy where I left, I had this way of rolling up my shirt to be almost a football, and inside of that roll was my wallet and something else, and we were jumping off bridges into the water, and at the end of the night they dropped me off my house. I ran in absentmindedly, not realizing I had left my shirt and wallet behind, and he stole it, and I went to his house to confront him. I found my shirt, but not my wallet, and he claimed he didn't have it. And I don't know. I just sort of assessed the situation. I was old enough to drive at this point. I think I had a motorcycle, and I was like, I think there's a 20% chance I win this fight, and in the end, I was just like, no, I think I'll just not take the ass kicking and pretend I believe he only had my shirt. That's not my finest moment, but I don't know that I should have played it any differently.
You ran the risk reward, and
that's crazy.
Smart move.
Even running a risk reward in that sort of situation is very commendable. I feel like anytime I've ever considered violence, I've never been like, there's probably a 19% chance that this works out for me. I've never thought of that.
Other way. As an adult, I had this downstairs neighbor. I'm 20, and I'm an accountant, so I'm pretty badass. And my downstairs neighbor is loud all the time, but he's complaining about the noise I make. He says he can hear me walk and that I sound like an elephant, which is a little bit true, but I'm your upstairs neighbor. What do you want? And at one point he's at the door and he's yelling at me, and I'm really fit at this point. And I was like, so what's your next move? What do you intend to do about this? Because he's being disrespectful. And he's like, I'd watch your car. And I was like, yeah, we'll see. And he shuts the door and leaves. And I think he did the same calculus. I think he probably outweighed me, but he was a fat piece of shit. And I had just finished lifeguarding that summer. I worked out 4 hours a day. And I think he was like, maybe I shouldn't. And that's what was up.
Do you think he's still a fat piece of shit?
He might be dead. He went to prison before I moved out for beating his girlfriend, wife person.
Oh, that's fucking sucks.
And he was a drug dealer. He sold he sold drugs to the youngest kids. They were 11. And
you guys ever smoked crack?
This was my low-income housing time when I stayed in the low-income housing unit.
The only kid I know that got expelled was the same guy I've brought up on the show before, who put Mighty Putty in all the school locks really early one day. And so then when I got to school that morning, I was like, why are all the doors off? Why are all the doors removed and the janitors are cranky? And it turned out he did that. But that was a long line of things. He was in the special needs class, but there weren't enough classes to separate the people who needed to be in special needs for genuine needs and the people who were just behaviorally obstinate.
Right.
And he was a behaviorally obstinate kid. He could have just
some subsidies.
Yeah. He also sold pills to all sorts of people, tremendous amounts of pills.
Businessman.
And so I bet that if they uncovered that was probably more.
What kind of pills do you think?
Probably Advil. Probably.
Yo, bro, wasn't got a low grade headache? Anybody?
That's funny, dude. Wasn't he got me with that one.
Grandma's, 80 count perks that he was shilling at lunchtime.
Viagra.
Yeah, selling Viagra.
We were talking about the getting expelled thing. We had one kid get sent to juvenile, alternative school. That's what it's called. It wasn't a detention facility. It was just alternative school, so that he couldn't hurt anyone else. But they brought him back after a month or something like that, and he went right back to hurting people.
They bounced a few times.
In what way?
beating people up. He
Okay.
handed one kid a shovel, and that the shovel was like a we were in metals class, and the handle had like broken on the shovel, so they'd replaced it with an aluminum tube, and he heated that aluminum up in a fire and handed it to a kid. And aluminum, when it's hot, looks like aluminum. It doesn't change colors or even get sooty.
Mhm.
So it's like third degrees burned like this kid's hand,
Mhm.
and he was always in fights. Like he was always just like getting in a fight with somebody, win or
Was he
lose. He
big?
didn't care. Yeah, he was fat, but he was also a hoss.
Mhm.
He was about
Fisk.
6 foot tall, but like real strong. He'd always been like a strong, big kid. He wasn't obese, but he was definitely fat. And
Mm.
he was a real bully. He was a real problem. They called him Smiley. He would always have like a little grin on his face before he did something awful. Um, so he was always in trouble. But
Little
then there was
fucker.
another guy. I can't remember the end of this story. I don't know if they caught this guy or not, but what they did is they broke into the school after hours. They kicked in the computer lab windows and stole computers. They sprayed fire extinguishers all in the gym and like put that white shit everywhere on all over the
Yeah.
place. And I heard they shit in a pot and baked it in the oven in the lunchroom. They went on like a rampage in the school,
That's
but I
good.
genuinely don't remember if they caught those kids or not, or if it
Mm.
was even kids. But it wasn't even a prank. They just like robbed the computer lab and did like thousands of dollars worth of damage. So like I don't know if they even caught those guys though. Yeah, we had a guy die. We had a guy die in like the tech lab. He got electrocuted. They were working
Holy
with
shit.
there was like a robotics class where they did obviously robotics, but they also did like wiring electrical boxes, and he was wiring a real electrical box and died.
That's insane.
Damn.
What the
But
fuck?
I don't think
Yeah.
he
How do
learned his
you-
lesson.
Yeah, how do you even? I don't even understand. I mean, that's obviously that happened, but that's just like crazy because a lot of. I mean, it's with just wiring like household electrical stuff. I feel like it's kind of hard to die.
fuse
be
box.
Right?
honest.
He was wiring
I've been
fuse
shocked a
box.
bunch of times. I'm still here.
Yeah, I've wiring outlets. I've been shocked lots. Wiring
Yes.
switches. I've been shocked lots. A lot of it's obviously low voltage, but when we first set up the machine for the candy company, we had to install a step up transformer from 240 VAC to 480 VAC,
Okay.
and that shit was fucking scary. All right,
Yeah, that'll kill you.
because we did not use an electrician. We did it ourselves. And
Oh.
that was extremely like a terrible, extremely bad idea, but it still worked. And we recently got rid of all that stuff and moved to a new place, and it lasted us the whole time. Don't tell the government in Texas that we did that. But
Texas would
it's
be
probably
cool
not
with
even.
it.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. Yeah, they're fine with it. Yeah, they don't care. But that shit was so scary because our main machine, our main line used 480 VAC and pulled, I think, 87 amps at when it was running. So 87 amps at 480 VAC
That's a
is
lot.
fucking
That's-
crazy.
What did you power? This is the candy business, maybe?
Yeah, this was the first. We had a big extruder. This big, it's like 14 feet wide, 12 feet long. It had a front. It had 6 screws, 6 augers, and these hoppers basically. And you put raw candy product, and it very slowly augers them up these worm drives, and then pushes them into this. It's like a sinus thing. It's like a big flat steel plate, like that thick, with a bunch of grooves. And then it takes the 6 inputs, the 6 hopper inputs, and then combines them all into. So it takes all 6 inputs and combines them each into 4 outputs. So you have like the rightmost input on the rightmost side of the rightmost output. It's pretty cool. It was like pretty cool technology, but very simple and whatever. I thought it was super fascinating. Setting it all up was really cool. And that thing, it had a big heating plate on the front. So that needed like individual elements to keep it hot. The augers ran, and they had these huge motors on the back. It was pretty sick. We learned a lot of cool shit.
Monthly electric bill on this building?
$4,800 a month.
I thought it'd be high. Yeah.
Yeah. $4,800 a month and $2,700 for natural gas.